This one is a reasonably new tool. It is called deblank.com. And what this does is it's an AI tool that helps you to generate color palettes. So if you're thinking about creating a new brand, a new website, you're wondering, or a new social media page, and you wonder what colors go with what colors, you want to get a certain feel or a certain vibe, then you describe it all in text and it comes up with a color palette for you. So you'll see a button right in the middle of the screen. There is a free tool, so you can just jump in for free. I think you get three goes at it for free, and then you can sign up for free, and then you can start with unlimited projects. So here we go. We've got colors, fonts, and images. So I'm just going to show you the color one just for now. So we'll click on that, and a prompt bar comes up where you describe your project. So let's say, so create, what do we got? Write a prompt that describes your project. This is a program for vibrant over 50s people wanting to rewire, not retire. There we go. Let's see what that comes up with. And we'll hit enter. So it's going to generate a color palette that I think really represents this particular and or concept that you've got. So it's going away, it's sort of thinking, and so there we go. It's generated a color palette for you to use. So it's obviously bright sun for the vibrancy. In fact, all of those colors are fairly vibrant. And then it comes up with some, some product images and what it looks like on a mobile device, business cards, etc. So you can have a look at that. But you might have a look at it and think, well, it's close, but it's not quite what I want. So let's say it's got a prompt down the bottom that says, how can I improve this palette? So I'm going to put in, I'm not that fond of pink. Now, that's not true, but I'm just putting it in for an example. All right, so we'll put that in and we'll hit the generate there. And there it's removed the pink and it's given us grape and torch red. So, and so you can keep, sort of refining it by the text. So you can have a look at the color palette and you think maybe I'd like more pastel colors. I don't know why you would, but anyway. So we're going to go for more muted sort of pastel colors, and it'll generate a new set, which is not quite so right. So there you go. You've got a pastel version of it. So the colors in there, we've got Vis-a-Vis, Geordie Blue, Mona Lisa, Riptide, and Chantel. Do you know Chantel was grey? Well, there you go. The colors tell us that she was grey. So that there's a color palette generator. It is really good for people like me that are design challenged. And don't put all the right colors in together. It'll help you get something that actually works well together. So it gives you a good start with some of your projects. So there you go. That's the AI tool. It is called deblank.com. And as I say, you can also use it for fonts and also works with images. So it's free. So go and play with it. Enjoy it and see what it comes up with you for you and your brand. All right, now these links, actually I won't, but my team that are on here as well, via Lorena and JM, they will drop these links into chat. So you don't need to worry about my pronunciation or trying to squint to read the screen there. We'll drop these into chat so that you can save the chat at the end of the evening. And you'll have these links to go and explore. If you're not sure where chat is, have a look at the bottom of your Zoom screen. There's a toolbar there. One in the middle says chat. It's got a little speech bubble on it. Click on that, open up chat, and oh, look at that. You'll see some people there introducing themselves as well too. So feel free to introduce yourselves in that as well.
I'm glad you clarified that for the pronunciation's sake, because when you first said deblank, I thought you were going to talk about my mind.
No, that one is an app that we have not fully explored yet, so that's coming in the future. All right, next one that we have is a not the screen I was expecting, but that'll do. It is a note-taking app. Oh, there we go. So rather than just being a linear note-taking app, it's sort of a combination between a mind map and traditional note-taking. But what you can do is you can do things like bring photos into it, and you can, create notes around a photo. So if you happen to be traveling and you take a photo of something, you can add it to this, and you can put a description in around the map there. So you can really sort of map out your tour or your travel in an app like this. And so you've got text and photos with it as well. So it gives a lot more context to it than just having a bunch of photos on your phone. You can use it like a diary. There are other things you can do with it as well too. If you happen to be a sports buff, then you've got a sports themed one, a to-do list, company organization, roadmap, Marvel Heroes, class notes. What's this Marvel Heroes one? There we go. So they've got templates in here. So you can start from a blank canvas, or you can start from a template as well too. And this is what it looks like on the side. And so this one just happens to be it looks like a mind map of Marvel Heroes. And if we click on it, you can see the screen pops over on the right-hand side. And here you can add images to it, you can add text to it, and you can put links in there. So it's a full WYSIWYG editor. And so you can really sort of create a whole story in behind it. So it's probably quite relevant for tonight, in that this could be a storyboarding app for you. So it's a combination between, say, a mind map. So a traditional mind map, you would have, say, titles and a description, but this just gives you a lot more space with it, and you can add visuals into it as well too. If you've got kids or grandkids at school as well, they've got one there for class notes, so that they can have more of a mind map style for their class notes. I've just opened up now a brand new document, so you can start your document from here as well. And it's just like mind mapping, but mind mapping with a whole lot of extras in it as well. So again, this is free. They do have a pay plan. It is free. So if you're doing things like mapping out courses, programs, curriculums, you're planning travel, you're wanting to plan your next business idea, great app to really throw your ideas down in both visual and linear way. So that one is called cmaps.io. All right, in the vein of AI, for those that are maybe a little design challenged again and want to throw up a website, don't want to spend $20,000 or $30,000 getting someone to create one, well, they now have a AI website generator. So this one will create websites in WordPress. And so if I log into it, I do have a plan here. It is free too. So we'll log into it. Again, well, they've got a free and a paid plan. This is in beta version as well. The creators of this are creators of one of the most popular WordPress themes out there called Astra. And so this is the next project that they're bringing in. Actually, I have to thank Ron Beswick for this one, because he sent me a range of apps and tools, and it led me to this. So one of the ones that led me to this particular one as well. So I always appreciate it when someone sends me, some of their recommendations. So here we go. We've got one here. It's there's a button there that says create new, and we're going to create a website. And again, same sort of thing there. What sort of website is it? Entrepreneur. And you just follow the prompts through to create this website. What's the name? All right, so we'll add a name, and then you put a description in. So actually we can just write a description with the AI. So in fact, I won't even bother putting it in. There we go. Chili Peppers is a dynamic entrepreneur hub based in Austin, Texas. You can edit all that as well too. And we'll keep clicking through to this. And then it says, let's go and select some images that you like. And so you can sort of find images that you think represent your particular brand. Hit continue, and it'll work its way through to then create the website. So there's a number of steps in there, so I won't go through it all, but the results that come out are pretty good actually. And once the website's generated, you can then go and edit the text, you can edit the images, and it's a proper WordPress website. So with a WordPress website, you've got access to all of the plugins that are available on WordPress, but you've got a start here that's a lot quicker than if you're just starting from scratch. So, and it only takes, maybe sort of 10 or 15 minutes to work through this to get a pretty reasonable looking website out the other end. So if you're looking for a new website, this is a great place to start. Even if you're just getting inspiration for your site, it's a great place to get inspiration or to, as a starter, and then develop your full site. So that one there is called zipwp.com. All right, and this is the one that Ron sent me through. This is the Leap, which is a course creating website. So again, it's got AI baked in it, and it's free too. So the good thing about this is it's got a free level there. And so if you're an author and you're wanting to create a course, for your book, or you've got a training program for your business. So let's say you want to create some training for either staff or your virtual assistants, or you're wanting to create some onboarding or training for clients, then this is a great way to go about it. So there's a heap of stuff inside this particular app. The app is created by Thinkific. So this is their venture. And so Thinkific is a course platform. It's a paid course platform, but this is their, I think, sort of foray into the AI world. So you can create a free account. You just sort of sign up for a free account. And once you have a free account, then you can go in and create a product. So they've got a store in there so you can sell your products. All of the contacts you collect from your lead magnets in here, they get subscribed in here. So it collects all that data there. And to create a program, of course, then it's as simple as clicking the add product, and then it gives you a lot of prompts. So it's asking you, what do you want to create? Is it a guide? So it could be a checklist or a guide. It could be a challenge. So, some of us are like Facebook challenges, so you can create it here. A mini course, subscription form, lead magnet, ebook, coaching. I know we've got some coaches here as well, a digital download. And so all you do is you hit the button on what you want to create, and then you start building it. So there's a whole lot of prompts that go through to help you build your particular course or program. And you fill in the blanks, and once you get to the end, then you can hit publish, and of course you can edit and change this on the way through as well too. So if you do have a program in you, or you've got something that you want to teach others or show others, this is a great portal for being able to do it. It is in the beta version as well. So, Thinkific is obviously collecting ideas and seeing how it all works and really developing it out. So it is an early adopter place, but it's beta, not alpha. So it is a pretty stable and robust platform as well too. So that one there is called theleap.co. And the last one I've got for you tonight, once again, is not an app. It is a book. So this is a book that I downloaded recently. It's called The 4 C's Formula. It's from a chap by the name of Dan Sullivan. He is, actually, it surprised me. He's 70 years old now, so he's been around for a long time. He's got a challenge on at the moment, and he is writing a book a quarter, so 4 books a year. So his challenge is that, and he wants to write 100 books. So this is one of the series that he's written. If you're struggling to get your first book off the ground, he was as well too. And when he got his first book off the ground, he actually didn't write it all. He got his team involved in it and had them doing parts of it, like some of the editing, sourcing images, even writing, sort of helping write some of the text as well, and organizing it. But he's got a system and process now. So one book a quarter. So it's an easy read, but the reason why I like this book, it really delved into that phrase that I quite often hear from people who say that they're not very techy, or the tech stuff sort of is just not their sort of thing. And really, in fact, Kyle and I were just talking about this just before we came on the session, and thought this is a bit like, when those grandparents used to ask their grandkids to go and hook up the video recorder because they didn't know how it worked. What it really meant was they didn't want to learn how it worked, and they thought the young kid could actually sort it out, and it gave the young kid something to do to keep them out of their hair for the next half hour or so. Mind you, the kid always got it done in about 5 minutes or so. So, but then they could go and watch a video together. So it's a bit like that there. But when you are attempting or endeavoring a new project, the very first thing to do is to commit to it. So commitment is very important. Like, if you're not committed to something, it's never going to happen. So often people think, well, I don't know how to do something. And so they don't, get stuck into a project. So let's say it's writing a book. They don't get stuck into it because they get stuck in, well, I don't know how to do it. But that's the stage at about stage 3. This one talks about you need to commit to it. And then once you've committed that this is what you're going to do, you are going to write a book. The stage 2 is courage. So the courage is where you sit in there and think, well, I don't know what the heck I'm going to do. How am I going to do this? Where do I get the resources? And that's where you get into a state where some of those things, you start to attract them to you, or you start to seek out some of the things that are going to help you. And what happens when you do get started, you develop some capabilities. So you start to use some tools, some systems, some processes. And as you learn, you start to get good at it and start to become, capable at it. And once you're reasonably capable, you get that competence and confidence. And once you've got the confidence, then that'll take you on to stage 2. So you might commit to stage 2. So once you've got your book written, it might be creating a program out of a coaching program, whatever it happens to be. But it's really just a process for getting started in new ideas. It's a really good read. It's a simple read, and it's a good process that once you are familiar with it, you will identify in yourself, each of those stages. So, when you feel that lack of confidence, you realize, well, look, I'm just, in that sort of commitment courage stage. So because you know where it is, then you can sort of decide, is this something I commit to? Do I see it through, or is it something that I don't? So it's an easy read. It's a short book. But again, it's one of the books that I think is really helpful when you are embarking on some new things, either in your business, in your life, or whatever it happens to be. So that one there is called the 4Cs formula. It is free. So just go to Dan Sullivan's site, which is resources.strategiccoach.com. And all of his books are there, but you fill out the form there. This is obviously his lead magnet, but he gives you the book for free. So well worth it. And that there would be a roundup of our cool online tools for tonight. So let's drop into chat. What was your favorite one? All the tools are in the chat now. So they're listed there as the very last item in chat at the moment. But drop down, which is the one that will take you down that rabbit hole to really sort of try some things out. Or the one that you think might have the most potential or use for you in your business and life as well. So remember, there was DeBlank, CMAPS, ZipWP, The Leap, and the book, The 4C Formula. So let's drop those down. Excellent. These apps and tools, we'll drop these into Business Owners SmashGo Online Facebook group. That's where all the apps are. So if you're ever searching for apps, then they're generally in there. I do get a few requests from people asking, what app was it? Surprisingly, I generally remember, but but all of them are listed in the in that Facebook group. If you're not a member of it, now's a great time to go to Facebook, go and search for Business Owners SmashGo Online, go and join, and we'll let you in. All right, what do we got? Notes are in for Zip, DeBlank, CMAPS. Oh, it looks like a fairly even spread amongst those tools there. So it's a fairly laden AI type of thing. In fact, sometimes it's hard to find tools that are not AI these days. They're all sort of labeled AI. I'd be interested in your experience with some of these. So if you do use them and get some results out of these, or you've got questions about it, feel free to let me know. And of course, the reason why we bring you these tools, or I bring you these tools, is to really expand your horizons on some of the possibilities that are out there, and to help you to think about exploring a wee bit further. But of course, there are some people that I do work with who want more intentional help with it. So if you are wanting more intentional help, then we do have some programs that happy to share with you to help you with those.